In the humid wilds of southwest Florida, a new mystery emerged, one that flipped the script on the region's most notorious invader, the Burmese python. For years, these giant snakes have dominated the Everglades, decimating native wildlife. But recently, researchers stumbled upon a shocking scene, a massive headless python, its body carefully hidden. This wasn't random violence, it was a calculated takedown, hinting that a native predator had learned to fight back. The discovery electrified scientists who could take down a 13-foot python. The evidence pointed to a cunning killer, one that had adapted to turn the tables on the invader. This wasn't just a single act, it was a symbol of hope, a sign that the Everglades' native wildlife was learning to resist. For the first time in years, the story wasn't just about loss, but about resilience and nature's ability to adapt. The wild whodunit was on, promising to reveal not just a killer, but a new hero in Florida's fight for balance. To truly grasp the significance of this invasion, we need to look back at how it all began, and how a single species managed to disrupt an entire ecosystem. Burmese pythons, now infamous as Florida's top villain, weren't always seen as a threat. Their journey from exotic pets to ecological menace is a cautionary tale. Native to the lush jungles and swamps of Southeast Asia, these massive snakes first arrived in Florida through the booming exotic pet trade of the 1980s and 90s. They were prized for their striking patterns and impressive size. As hatchlings, Burmese pythons are undeniably cute and manageable, making them popular pets. But as they grew, sometimes reaching over 15 feet long, many owners found themselves overwhelmed, unable to care for such large, powerful animals. This led to a wave of illegal releases into the wild as people sought to rid themselves of their burdensome pets. Then, in 1992, Hurricane Andrew struck South Florida with devastating force. The storm destroyed a python breeding facility, releasing countless snakes directly into the heart of the Everglades, compounding the problem overnight. The Everglades, with its warm, humid climate and endless wetlands, turned out to be a paradise for these adaptable predators. Here they found abundant prey and, crucially, almost no natural predators to keep their numbers in check. Native animals like raccoons, rabbits, and even deer were easy targets. These creatures had never encountered such a stealthy, powerful hunter before, and had no natural defenses against them. With plentiful food and ideal conditions, the python population exploded. Today, estimates suggest there are anywhere from 30,000 to over 300,000 Burmese pythons slithering through the Everglades. The consequences have been catastrophic. In some areas, native mammal populations have plummeted by more than 90%, leaving the landscape eerily empty and forever changed. The Everglades' delicate ecological balance has been upended, transforming these snakes from exotic pets into the architects of an ongoing environmental crisis. The Burmese python has become the ultimate unwelcome guest, one that refuses to leave, and whose presence is felt everywhere in the wilds of South Florida. But now, after decades of unchecked growth, the ecosystem is beginning to push back, and a new chapter in this battle for paradise is unfolding. The victim in our story was Loki, a massive Burmese python stretching 13 feet long and weighing in at 52 pounds, a true giant among snakes. But Loki wasn't just any snake, he was what scientists call a Judas snake, a python fitted with a radio transmitter, his every move tracked in the name of research. By following Loki, scientists hoped to locate other pythons and better understand how these invasive giants were spreading through the Everglades. In December 2022, Loki's signal suddenly stopped moving. For days, the transmitter's location didn't change, raising alarm bells among the research team. Concerned for their valuable research subject, the team set out into the dense, tangled brush of the Everglades, determined to find out what had happened. After hours of searching, they made a grim discovery: Loki's headless body, partially buried beneath a thick layer of pine needles and forest debris. The careful way the body was hidden suggested a cunning predator at work, one that caches its prey. This wasn't the work of an alligator or another python. It looked like a classic wildlife crime scene. The evidence, tracks, disturbed ground, and the way the body was stashed pointed to a native feline predator. The team was stunned. Could a Florida bobcat, much smaller than Loki, really take down a python of this size? The idea seemed almost unbelievable. Loki's grisly end was more than just a loss for science. It was a sign that the Everglades food web was changing in unexpected ways. Native predators were adapting, and the balance of power was shifting. For years, Burmese pythons had reigned as the top predators, dominating the ecosystem. But now, something was fighting back, challenging their supremacy. Loki's death marked the beginning of a new chapter in the ongoing battle for the Everglades, a story of resilience, adaptation, and survival. The investigation was on, and the stakes had never been higher. The team needed answers and fast. To solve the mystery, they needed proof, and a suspect. Every clue could be the key to understanding this new predator-prey dynamic. The next step: set a trap, monitor the area, and wait for the killer to return. The Everglades had just become the stage for a high-stakes wildlife whodunit. The scientists, determined to solve the mystery of Loki's demise, set up a motion-activated camera at the site of the python's remains. Their hope was simple but bold, that the killer would return to the scene, revealing itself to the watchful lens. In the heart of the Florida wilderness, every clue mattered, and the team was eager to see what secrets the Everglades would unveil. To their astonishment, the very next morning, the camera captured the culprit in action, an adult Florida bobcat. Weighing just 25 pounds, this agile predator was seen confidently inspecting the massive python carcass, undeterred by the size difference. The footage revealed a wild cat with a mission, moving with purpose and curiosity. The bobcat had not only managed to kill the python, but also chewed off its head and carefully cached it for a future meal. This was no random act. It was calculated, resourceful, and showed a level of cunning rarely witnessed in the wild. This was a true David and Goliath moment. An animal often considered prey for pythons had turned the tables in dramatic fashion. The bobcat's boldness challenged everything scientists thought they knew about predator-prey relationships in the Everglades. Scientists believed the attack likely happened during a rare cold snap, when the cold-blooded python was sluggish, slow-moving, and especially vulnerable to predators. The chill in the air gave the bobcat a critical advantage. The warm-blooded bobcat seized the opportunity, displaying remarkable adaptation, intelligence, and boldness. It was a testament to the bobcat's ability to survive and thrive, even in the face of new and formidable threats. This was the first time scientists had ever documented a bobcat killing and decapitating such a large python. The evidence was clear, and it marked a groundbreaking moment in wildlife research. The trail camera footage was undeniable proof. Native predators in the Everglades were learning to adapt and fight back against invasive species. It was a rare glimpse into the resilience of nature. The bobcat's victory didn't just solve a mystery, it rewrote the rules of predator-prey dynamics in Florida, showing that even the smallest native hunters could make a big impact. It was a sign that the Everglades ecosystem was evolving in real time, with each new challenge sparking new strategies for survival. The little bobcat detective had not only solved the mystery of the python's death, but also inspired hope for the future of Florida's wild places. Its actions became a symbol of resilience and adaptation. Nature, it seemed, was not done fighting. The battle for balance in the Everglades was far from over, but the native wildlife was proving it could rise to the challenge. The Everglades had a new hero, a small but mighty bobcat whose courage and cunning gave hope to an entire ecosystem. The confirmation of the bobcat as the python's killer was a cause for celebration among conservationists. For years the narrative was one of defeat, native species overwhelmed by an unstoppable invader. But this event flipped the script. The home team was adapting, learning, and fighting back. The bobcat's attack showed that native predators were starting to see pythons as prey, not just threats. If this behavior spreads, it could help restore balance to the Everglades. Nature is resilient, and the bobcat's victory is proof that even the most daunting challenges can be met with adaptation and tenacity. The fight for the Everglades is far from over, but hope is alive. The bobcat isn't alone in this fight. Florida's native wildlife is mounting a multi-front resistance. Alligators, longtime rivals of pythons, have been seen preying on the snakes, especially smaller ones. Epic battles between these two giants are now part of Everglades lore. Even smaller animals are joining in. Bobcats and black bears have been caught raiding python nests, destroying eggs before they hatch. A single nest can hold up to 100 eggs, so every raid is a major blow to the python population. Florida panthers, the state's largest cats, have also been documented hunting pythons. Birds of prey like hawks and owls snatch up juvenile snakes, while raccoons and opossums eat python eggs when they find them. Each act of resistance, from alligator ambushes to nest raids, chips away at the python's dominance. The Everglades' native species are adapting, fighting back, and slowly reclaiming their home. The ecosystem's avengers are on the move. Nature's resistance is inspiring, but it's not enough. Humans are crucial allies in this fight. Scientists, conservationists, and citizens form a python patrol, removing snakes and protecting the Everglades. The annual Florida Python Challenge draws hunters from across the state, removing hundreds of snakes and raising public awareness. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission has made it legal to hunt pythons on many lands and employs professional contractors for year-round removal. Since 2017, thousands of pythons have been removed, providing vital data for researchers. The public plays a key role by reporting python sightings through hotlines and apps, helping direct removal efforts. Every report and every removal is a step toward restoring balance. The fight for the Everglades is a team effort, nature and people, working side by side. One of the most effective tools in the python fight is the Scout Snake program, using pythons to catch pythons. Scientists implant radio transmitters in male pythons and release them back into the wild. During breeding season, these males lead researchers straight to breeding females, the real key to population growth. When a scout snake finds a breeding aggregation, the team can remove entire groups at once, preventing hundreds of new eggs. This targeted approach is far more efficient than random hunting, and the Conservancy of Southwest Florida's team has removed thousands of pounds of pythons using this method. Even when a scout snake is lost, as with Loki, the knowledge gained is invaluable. The program is a brilliant blend of biology and technology, turning the python's own instincts against it. It's one of the sharpest tools in the fight to save the Everglades. Every snake removed is a victory for the ecosystem. The story of the bobcat and the python is a powerful reminder. Nature is always adapting. For decades, the Everglades seemed doomed by the python invasion, but now, native wildlife is learning, fighting back, and inspiring hope. Human efforts, scientific, practical, and vigilant, are making a difference. The partnership between people and nature is giving the Everglades a fighting chance. The battle isn't over, but for the first time in years, there's a real glimmer of hope. The home team is on the board, and with our help, nature just might win. The Everglades' wild spirit endures, ready to defend its home, no matter the odds.